Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. I know it's Tuesday. Happy Monday. Yes. So we're going to be working at the same house, same thing. We want to get this house wrapped up this week. Want to make sure you have all your tools. Do not get to the job and say, hey, Jay, I forgot my hammers. Hey, Jay, I don't have saws. Hey, Jay, I didn't bring sawhorses. It is all y'all's job to get all your tools together and make sure you have the tools you need. I supply them. I buy them. You just load them on the truck. It's not that hard. If we get there and y'all tell me y'all ain't got the tools, I'm a short circuit on one of you. It's going to be bad. All right, everybody in agreement? I load the trucks. Let's get to work. How long y'all been here? 30 minutes? Why are y'all just still sitting in the truck? Y'all was getting ready to start work? Maybe I should just be starting to get ready to pay y'all then. What do you mean y'all forgot the saws and the extension cords? You say, what? You forgot the... I told these people, man. I told these dudes, I can't take this. Where's my shank at? I ain't got no shank. Damn it, I ain't got no shank no more. I got an ink pen. I got something sharp around here. I'm going to poke the shit out you. Yeah, don't run. Don't run. You're going to make me chase you and I'm going to stab you more. Wait a minute. I'm not locked up. I can't stab people. You got to be the stupidest motherfucker. Man, you already know what it is. Jay Williams, let's live life, and we're back. Some of the hardest habits to break after incarceration, after lockup, after prison. You might have been in the mental house, wherever, whatever. When you get there, you're going to see it's a whole different set of rules. People do things that is normal to them. It's been going on for the longest time, and you're going to have to adapt. You're going to start doing what the people around you do. There is cell etiquette. There are certain things you do in the yard, certain things you do in the pod. And that's just part of life. It's part of the process of being locked up. When you come home, you're going to try your best to forget about being locked up. You're going to try your best to let go of what's happened. A lot of that's not going to go away. A lot of that stuff is going to follow you around day to day. I catch myself all the time doing things that I would do when I was locked up, habits I picked up. I had people ask me, why did you just do that? Did you realize what you just did? That was some weird shit. Damn. That was some weird shit. You are not locked up no more, Damon. Those old habits die hard, man. When you've done something for such a long time, it's just hard to shake. You don't realize it. You don't notice it. To you, it's normal. But to the everyday citizen or person that's never done any time and doesn't understand, it's the furthest thing from normal. So that's what we're getting into today. Hardest habits to break after prison. Habits you pick up in prison that transfer into this beautiful life out here that we all live. It's going to be a good video. Very entertaining. You know how to seen it. You know how to lived it. So, let's relive it. There are a lot of good men locked up. But there are by far more bad men locked up than good. They both have one thing in common. All prisons, jails, have one thing in common. Everybody is big on respect. Or you going to respect me? Or you just going to disrespect me like that? Bro, you need to put some respect on my name. Do you know who I am? A crackhead? It's the truth. Dudes are very big on respect. Anything can be taken as disrespect. You walk by somebody and you bump them, doesn't make you a bitch to say, yo, my bad. Hey, my bad. I apologize. I didn't mean to bump into you. That is what's expected. That's what you better do. If you walk by somebody, you hit them with your shoulder or just brush up against them, number one, you're too close. Number two, not saying my bad is a sign of aggression. It's a sign of do whatever I want to you. Dude's going to take that some type of way. I got into it many years ago in the jail with a cellmate of mine. And it all started off as arguing, more or less debating. It started off as a conversation. He was a know-it-all. I guess you could say I was a know-it-all, but I felt entitled to my opinion because what I was saying was right, and I knew for a fact 100% what he was saying was wrong. So it starts off with us talking and him trying to press his point, and the more we're talking, the louder he's getting. And the more he gets loud, the more I can feel my blood pressure starting to raise. Now, I know that once my blood pressure gets to a certain boiling point, it just spills over. Like, I no longer control my temper. What's going to happen next is out of my control. So these days, I try to notice that. I see it before it happens, and that's what keeps me from snapping all the way out and short-circuiting and hurting somebody, right? But as me and dude are, more or less talking, he starts trying to get his point across, and the way he's trying to get his point across is by raising his voice. He's standing in the cell, and I'm sitting on the bed, and I've told you, respect is a big thing. Don't scream on me. Don't yell at me. Don't raise your voice to me. I'm not one of your children. So that's a big no-no. He continues trying to press his point, and it gets to a point where he's like damn near yelling while he's talking, and I have enough of it. I tell him, who you think you're screaming on, man? Don't base up on me. Don't start yelling at me. You ain't gonna disrespect me, man. Like, you dead ass wrong, but don't raise your voice at me. I didn't know at this time that this is one of those things that sets me off. I found out this day. As I'm telling him, you're not gonna raise your voice, you're not gonna disrespect me, you got me messed up. It's no longer about what we were talking about. It's about the fact that you're raising your voice at me. He looks at me and stops and smiles. Oh, no. Oh, no. God, why did you let him do that? In the moment that he smiled at me, he might as well just open hand slap me. That smile was more or less him saying, I ain't scared of you. You ain't going to do nothing. Who you think you're talking to? Without him saying any of that. It's exactly what that smile did. I didn't know it was coming. I didn't see it coming. I didn't foresee it. I didn't plan it. No sooner than he could get that smile like that Cheshire cat stretched across his face, grinning at me, I took off on him. Took off means punched him. Boom! We tussle, we fight in the cell. When it's all over, he's like, yo, the hell's wrong with you, man? Why'd you hit me? He was disrespecting me. Started smiling in my face, grinning like shit was funny, man. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing funny. Don't laugh in my face when we're in the middle of talking, you raising your voice, and I say something about it, and you want to laugh at me? I found out that day that sometimes it doesn't have to be words that can set me off. You smiling in my face in the middle of us arguing is disrespectful. Maybe 4 years ago, I had a guy working for me at the time named Dalton. Dalton is currently locked up. From what last I heard, he got 6 years, and he still got charges pending on like 3-4 different counties here in Virginia, right? Dalton had worked for me early on. When I first started my construction company, I met Dalton out at Mesa Vista, the lady I told you I did volunteer work for. He was out there doing community service. He knew her, so his probation allowed him to do community service at this farm. Dalton's younger than me. All right, not really my type of dude, but he's all right. He has his old Ford pickup truck he's trying to sell. I need a truck. I'm looking to start my construction company. I don't have a lot of money. I've been saving, but the cheaper the truck is, the better, as long as it works. I buy the truck off of him. Maybe a year after I get things up and running, Dalton comes to work for me. He's one of my first few employees, right? Things don't work out with Dalton. Dalton is a know-it-all. Dalton's young. At this point, he might have been 21, 22, 23, something like that. And he just thinks he knows everything. But he's one of those guys that does not know shit. Dalton had a history with drugs. Like, he used to mess with the dope real heavy. That's what got him in trouble. That's what his probation was behind, was, messing with the heroin. And I would always have to correct Dalton. Hey, you can't do that way. That's going to fail code. That's not the right way to do it. Man, I know what I'm doing. No, you don't know what you're doing, because that is wrong. That is not code accepted. They're going to come behind us. They're going to inspect, and that's going to fail. I'm not paying you to do something that we're going to have to redo. Do it my way or don't do it at all, right? So things don't last real long with Dalton being here working for me. Maybe 3-4 months. And Dalton goes on about his business, right? I fired him and sent him on his way. Well, then we fast forward a couple years, and I'm short-handed. I've got like 5, 6 guys at the time. I'm looking to hire like 4. I run across Dalton at a gas station. He's standing there pumping gas. I pull up. I'm getting ready to go in. Still drinking at the time, so I think I was probably going in to get beer or something. And I hear him call my name. So I turn around. I look, and he's standing there pumping gas. I'm like, yo, let me grab my stuff real quick, man. How you been? I'll be back out and holler at you. Don't go nowhere. So now, mind you, a few years have passed. And now Dalton's 25, 26, somewhere around there, right? I come out and we stand there talking. Seems to have grown up a little bit. Little things I didn't like him about him in the past. I don't really see those characteristics no more. Hey, man, what's up? You trying to come back to work? I need some help. Yeah, what's it paying? I start you off $15 an hour. All right, cool. Yeah, I'll come to work. Immediately, my guys don't like Dalton. The dude is a know-it-all. What you mean he's a know-it-all? Well, you know how we cut and then roll the ceilings? You take the brush and you cut in around the ceiling, then you roll it? Yeah, what about it? He's rolling the ceilings and then cutting. It's not the way we do things. He says we're all doing it wrong. That's the way you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to roll it and then cut it. No, it's called cut and roll for a reason. Don't worry about it. I'll holler at him. So I go to him and I say, hey, man, you got to cut the rooms in first. Like, cut everything in with a paintbrush and then come back and roll into your cut. No, my dad taught me, look, man, I don't care what your dad taught you. This is how we do it. This is how it gets done here. This is how I expect you to do it. He wants to argue. This is the first time. I feel my blood pressure rising. I tell him, look, I'm not going to argue with you, man. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm going to tell you one more time, or you can just leave if you can't do it the way we do it. All right, I got you, boss. I got you. He does it. Fast forward about a month and a half, he's still working for me. My brother at this point had gotten locked up behind that drug stuff I told you about. He robbed a store. So now my brother's in jail, behind this addiction he's got going on. So I take addiction very serious when it comes to the guys I have around me, the guys that work for me, because I've lost friends, lost them, they're in the grave. I've lost family members, friends and family to the penal system, to the penitentiary. And not to mention my brother had just got arrested, was facing a bunch of time. He's my baby brother, man. I love my brother. And I know he's headed off to prison all behind this drug habit. I start seeing little things with Dalton. Things that I know 100% people only do if they're high. I catch him nodding off here and there. What you doing, man? Oh, I'm tired. I was up late last night. Then he does that dope fiend itch. I was up late last night, Jay. I'm just tired. Can't even finish telling me he's tired. He's nodding out. My blood pressure goes through the roof. I just lost my brother to DOC. My brother's going to prison for many years. I've had several friends buried this year behind doing the same thing that you're standing there lying in my face denying doing, right? So I continue to keep an eye on him. Okay, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Before I judge him or jump to assumptions, which I'd already done, I'm going to keep a watch on him. And if I see anything else that makes me think that he's getting high, then I'm going to address it. I'm going to take care of it, right? So I tell one of my foremen, one of my guys, one of the lead guys, I said, keep an eye on dude, man, and let me know what's up with him. He said, what do you mean? I said, I think he's getting high, man. Why you say that? I said, because look at him. I think he's getting high. All right, Jay. He comes back to me. Yeah, I think you're right, man. I definitely think dude's getting high. He slides off in the bathroom. Then he comes out. His speech is slurred. He's sluggish. He's nodding out. His work looks terrible. I said, all right, I'm going to piss him, man. Simple as that. So before I can say anything to dude about making him take a piss test, I guess somebody else had told him, right? Jay thinks you're getting high. Jay's going to piss you. Now, let me explain this to you so that I can paint the picture and you can understand. My guys do amazing work. All my guys are skilled. They're all great at what they do. Beautiful work, from the carpentry to the drywall to the painting to everything. It's as we do amazing work. But all of my guys have history. Most of my guys are ex-cons. I believe in trying to provide jobs for men that struggle to get jobs elsewhere. A lot of my guys have history with drugs. They've gotten their lives together. They let the drugs go. They take care of their families. That's behind them now. So we're a different group of guys from what you're used to. The work speaks for itself, but I've got guys that got tattoos. Some of them got face tats. We're just different than what you would see. And I say all that to say this. When something takes place between us, this ain't Chick-fil-A. This ain't McDonald's. No, we ain't going in the break room. There's been fights. There's been disagreements. There's been arguments. There's been a lot of different things transpire over the years, right? So back to what I was saying. Somebody's told him, Jay thinks you're getting high. He says he's going to adjust. He's going to piss you. I don't know who said it, but somebody told him, right? I got a homeboy named Kevin that at the time owned Bellwood Tire Shop. So we get off in the evening sometimes, and I tell the guys, hey, meet me at the tire shop, and we'll do payroll there. We'll drink some beers, and, y'all just sit back while I do the payroll, and I'll get everybody paid. I'll pull up this day, and everybody's already there, and I just came from the bank, putting everybody's checks together. And I walk over there, and he's standing there drinking a beer. The guy Dalton is, and like 3 or 4 other guys that work for me, my homeboy Kevin. And when I walk up, Dalton's like, oh, so you think I'm getting high? And right then and there, as soon as he did that, it got under my skin because the way he came at me in front of everybody, right? Oh, you think I'm getting high? And I said, look, we're not going to do this right now, man. I'll holler at you on some one-on-one time, right? Huh, but you want me to piss in a cup? They said you want me to piss in a cup. And he smiled in my face. I knew he was lying. I know he's getting high. He knows the situation with my brother, with me burying several of my friends in the past few months behind this drug that he's doing, and then smiling in my face about, you want to piss me? You want to? And that's when one of those old habits came back. That's when the whole entire convict in me surfaced. Without thinking, without saying anything, without saying, man, don't stand here and laugh at me and smile in my face. This is serious. Didn't get a chance to say none of that. And I do not condone what I'm about to say next, nor do I agree with my behavior. It's wrong. He looks at me, chuckles, and laughs in my face. And before he can fully get his cheeks extended to put the full second part of the laugh out, I shoved him with everything I had. And there was a van, a white work van that my homeboy used to haul tires in. He bounces off the side of the van. Boom! Dents the van in, bounces back forward, and as soon as he comes forward, I swing on him. Throw a 2-piece. Dude who used to work for me, Luke, reaches out and grabs him like the Matrix and slung him out the way. So that as soon as I started launching punches, he was out the way. He was in the clear. And he jumped in between us. Jay, chill. And I was still trying to get to him. And I realized my temper, the convict side of me, had just been put on display in front of all my guys. I try to stay calm, collect, professional, respectful at all times. But that was one of those things, one of those habits I picked up. You're not going to disrespect me. You're not going to laugh in my face. You might as well spit in my face, because that's what a laugh is equivalent to when somebody laughs in your face. That was one of those habits that I thought was gone. I thought at this point, this was years ago, that I had control of my temper. And I did. Up until the point that he did what that cellmate did many years prior and smiled in my face like everything was funny. When wasn't nothing funny. My brother being sent off to prison because of his addiction wasn't funny. The 3 guys that I grew up with that were buried in the months prior to all this happening wasn't funny. You laughing in my face, of all people. You know my history. You've seen things transpire before with me. You hear guys that know me from the past telling you stories. Well, in your rabbit-ass mind would make you think that you built like that. You could stand there and laugh in my face and belittle me and chuckle in my face like I'm some clown. Like if push comes to shove, I'm not going to be the one doing the pushing and shoving. I've since worked on that. I don't want nobody to get in the comments, oh, everybody wants to work for the guy that puts their hands. No, it's not right. It's not right. I don't agree with it. I've gotten much better with it over time, but we keep it real around here. It's exactly what happened. Dude that used to be my homeboy grabbed him, snatched him out the way, and all I could see was red. I had tunnel vision, locked in. He hit that van, and it left this big-ass dent. I had to get pulled out the side of the van, like he caved the side of the van in. And no sooner, it was like a springboard. He hit it, boom, come back forward, and I just started just launching him. Boom, boom, boom. Throwing punches, trying to take his head off. It's one of those habits that I really, really hope. That's learned behavior. That's something I learned while locked up. That's one of those things I hope that is forever gone. There have been other situations, especially when it comes to the drug thing. I do not play the drug thing. Don't stand here and smile in my face like I'm some little preppy boy from the suburbs somewhere that didn't grow up in the streets, that don't recognize the shit, that ain't been around it my whole life. Don't play me like I'm Sammy Sausage Head and smile in my face, man. Do not do that. There's nothing you can do to make me more angry than playing me for stupid, playing me for pussy. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't attempt it. Don't try it. I'm going to do my best to not become that person. But if you take it there, don't get mad when we arrive. Let's get into the next one. You're going to pick up eating habits. I don't care if you like it or not. They're going to follow you out here in the world. With prison chow halls. And a chow hall is just a big square room with tables everywhere where men sit down and eat. There's a window that they push the food out of. And then there's a window where you stick your tray when you're done back through and they wash the trays. They feed all these buildings back to back to back. You have a set amount of time, like the military, a set amount of time from the time you sit down to eat your food. If that next building starts coming in and gets in line to get their trays, and you're still sitting there, whether you're done eating or not, you're going to get up. Hey, 7 building, y'all done eating. Take your trays, put them in a chuck hole, head back to your building. Chow's over for y'all. You be walking the chuck hole trying to shovel food in your mouth real quick because you ain't finished eating. You've been sitting there talking to your homeboys, messing around, ain't finished your food yet, and now you don't get to eat. I brought that home with me. True fact. To this very day, I can eat my food in record time. I'm like a competition eater. I just don't overeat. And the time we sit down, even if we're at a restaurant, my house, having lunch at work, I can consume my sandwich in a minute or less and not even realize I'm doing it. Not mean to, because I eat super fast. Another habit I had was when you sit down at the table and your tray sitting there, you kind of take your arm and you kind of extend it in front of you and put it around your tray as you're eating. And you shovel the food into your mouth, right? When I first came home that day, we was at my mom's house. She did a barbecue. Welcome home, Jay. A lot of family that I hadn't seen. Cousins, nephews, and nieces that didn't even exist when I was out here in the world. All these people gathered up to welcome me home, right? I'm in the house with my mom, and she makes me a plate, brings it over, sits it down. And the first thing I do is I wrap my arm around it, put my arm out in front of it, grab my fork, and I'm holding it like this. And I'm eating my food, right? And she notices me. Hey, what are you doing? What? Why are you eating like that? Like, how am I eating? Why do you have your arm wrapped in front of your plate like somebody's going to take your food? Ain't nobody going to take your food. I looked down and I realized I was doing it. I still do that to this day. I ate my food really, really fast. Were you hungry? Not really. I had pizza earlier. Damn, you ate all that food that fast? Can I get some more? Yeah, you can get some more. You don't have to ask. That's another habit. Ask permission to do things. Because prison, jail, anything you do, you have to ask permission to do. I said, all right, well, I'm going to make another tray. You mean you're going to make another plate? Yeah, Mom, I mean, I'm going to make another plate. I go make a second plate. Shovel it into my mouth fast as I can. Everybody else hasn't finished half of their first plate, and I'm already 2 plates in. It's one of those things that just comes with being locked up. I do not like to throw food away. I guess you could say I'm the leftover king. And that's because in prison, this is another one of these habits. If you make something to eat, if you don't eat it all, you cover it and you eat it the next day. You take that back out there and you put it in the microwave. Might be your breakfast. You might eat it for lunch the next day. I cannot tell you how much it eggs me. We'll have dinner. We'll have leftovers. I'll be riding home and I'm thinking, I'm about to smash that hamburger helper when I get home. I walk up to the refrigerator, open the refrigerator, hamburger helper's gone. Looking high and low in disbelief. Where's the hamburger helper? I threw it away. Why are you throwing my food away? Don't throw my food away. I was going to eat that. I brought that habit home. The habit of saving things like I don't have more. You never know when you're going to go to commissary. You go on lock and be on lock for 2 months, and that little bit of food you got in your cell be what you have to survive off of next to them nasty ass trays they're going to bring you. So to this very day, today, I've done it this week. I hoard food. If it's in the refrigerator, don't throw it away. I will literally let it sit in there until it goes bad. Then it has to be scraped off the plate with every intent of eating it. I've just learned that keeping that food in the refrigerator means that tomorrow I have something to eat. When in reality, I can just go to a damn store. In prison, there's a lot of different races, a lot of different backgrounds, a lot of different histories. You got city boys, you got country boys, white people, black people. You got every walk of life locked up. On these major institutions, you got dudes that are never going home. Guys that made the news, guys that are responsible for graves, for killing people, for hurting people, for doing heinous acts out here in society. Now, even though we're all different, we all look different, some of us talk different, from different parts of the state, there's one thing that's universal amongst us all. One thing that everybody understands. You ain't got to understand English, but you understand violence. Violence rules the penitentiary. You can get respect without getting violent. Some guys are just naturally respected. That's how they carry themselves. But there's going to come a time where, in order to maintain, keep that respect, keep your name in the good standing that it's supposed to be in, you're going to have to get violent. Somebody's going to test you. Somebody's going to test the water. Somebody's going to push you. And what you do in that moment is going to determine whether everybody continues to look at you with respect or everybody's like, man, he's just a pluck, man. Dude, he's nobody. Just let dude talk to him like that. Don't be surprised when the next man comes along and starts talking to you like that. I learned at a very young age that nothing gets your point across better than a solid punch to the face. That's DOC for you. It's detention center. That's prison, especially on the max custody yards. Like I said, a lot of these guys ain't going home. They were raised in abusive households. I was raised in an abusive household. I know that if we have words, once we get to a certain point, there's nothing else to talk about. We need to go ahead and take it to violence. Get this out the way. Have an understanding. You go about your day. I go about my day. Win, lose, or draw, you're going to respect me. I've transferred that into the world. I work on that. I'm not a violent person. You can ask anybody that knows me. They'll tell you, Jay's not a violent man. He's not. But he's also not somebody you want to push in a corner or somebody you want to try. If you want to take it there, I'll gladly take that trip with you and we'll see what happens. That kind of ties into the first thing. But that leads me into the next part. Even being respected, people are going to try you. When I mean try you, they're going to try to get over on you. Guy comes to your cell one day. And this is why I tell you, you can't be the nice guy in prison. Hey, Jay, you got a shot of coffee. Can I get a shot of coffee for you? I'm doing bad. Yeah, I'll give you a shot of coffee. You take your spoon, stick it in your coffee bag. Let me see your cup. Dump it in his cup. There you go. Give it to him. He goes on his way. That was free to him. He didn't work for it. He didn't have to do anything to obtain it. So he's going to gulp it down. A couple hours later, he's going to be back at your cell. Hey, Jay, man, they got beans over there at lunch, man. I'm not trying to go eat that. Can I get a soup up off of you? Oh, man. Here we go. I didn't open that door now. I done took this dude to raise. Yeah, I got you, man. Here you go. You throw him a soup. Trying to be the nice guy. Trying to be a decent human being. Goes and eats that soup. Short time later, he's in need of another coffee. Now he's seen you're a nice guy. Now he's seen you have a heart and you're willing to help others. He's not going to go hustle. He might have been washing underwear to get coffee shots. He might have been doing this or doing that or doing whatever he does to hustle up stuff. But the moment you show him you don't have to do that and that you'll just give it to him, he's going to stop doing it. Short time later, hey, Jay, man, I hate to be a nuisance, man. It's the last time I ask you. No, it's not. Can I get one more shot of coffee off you? Yeah, man, I got you. You give him another shot. This is going to continue until the point that you say, look, man, I can't help you. And when you do that, this guy's going to get in his feelings. Damn, you acting like you ain't got it or something, man. You acting stingy like a cup of coffee. Really? That's how you going to carry me? It's not about the cup of coffee no more. It's about the fact that if I continue to give to you, you'll take and take and take and take until I don't have anything left. Until there's nothing. Until I'm walking around this bitch trying to get a cup of coffee and trying to get a soup because you will take my very last because you're only concerned about you. That puts you in the mindset. Anytime somebody that you really don't deal with comes up and speaks to you, the first thing that comes to mind, what does he want? A guy might just be a nice guy. Walk by you, hey, what's going on, man? How you doing today? And immediately, before you even respond and say, Mike, what's up with you? The first thought that comes to your mind is, why did he just introduce himself? Why did he even speak to me? We don't know each other like that. So now you're automatically on the fence. You're thinking, he wants something. I struggle with that every single day. My phone will ring. And depending on who it is, you know, certain people don't ever ask you for nothing, so you don't expect for them to ask you for anything. So when they do ask you for something, it's like, they never asked for anything, let me help them out. But there are some people that the only time your phone rings, we all got that family member, that friend that you don't never hear from them until they need something. Well, that's how I started to feel when I got out. Every time my phone would go off, I'd be hesitant, real hesitant to even answer it. Man, what does he want? And this is a fact. I had this happen recently. Domi was with me actually when it happened. Guy that used to work for me years ago, right, calls me. I haven't talked to this guy in over a year. Why is he calling me? He's not calling me unless he wants something. He don't call me to check on me. Jay, how's your son doing? Are you alive? How's life treating you? My phone rings. Hey, Jay, what's up with you, man? Who's this? Such and such. Hey, what up with you, though, man? And he just starts shooting the bullshit. He's beating around the bush. I know this from being locked up. I can feel it. Oh, what's up with you, man? Oh, I ain't doing nothing. Anyway, I'm doing this, this, and this. It's small talk. After maybe 4 minutes of him rambling, and Domi will tell you, Domi was in the passenger seat because he was laughing. I said, look, man, I don't mean to cut you off. Like, conversation's cool and all. What do you want? Get to the point of what you want. You're calling me because you want something. Damn, it's like that, homeboy. I didn't even want nothing. I was just calling to check on you. No, you weren't. I didn't say that. I said, all right, well, I'm just checking, man, because usually when conversations start off like this, somebody wants some. Nah, man, damn, your homeboy can't call to check on you. I'm just trying to see how you doing. Oh, that's what's up. Well, anyway, what's going on? Nah, but look, man, I was going to ask you if you could help me out. Why? I knew it was coming. That is something you're going to pick up in prison. People approaching you, what's his angle? What does he want? Why is he calling me? Why is she calling me? Why are they calling me? Why is he talking to me? That I don't think will ever go away because I've seen the worst of the worst. I've seen people take and take and take until there's nothing left to take. And that's not just a prison thing. That's a thing that exists out here in the world too. If you got a drug addict in your family, or somebody you know similar to that, they will hit you up. Hey, look, I know the last time I borrowed $20, I said I was going to give it back. Yeah, you ain't never gave back no money, man. You borrowed money 100 times. Yeah, I know I said I wasn't going to ask you again, but I promise you loan me this $40, man. I'm going to get it back to you, and I'm going to give you the other money back that I owe you, and I'll never ask you again. What do? You know they ain't going to pay you back. You know they're going to ask you again. Most of us, what do? We give it to them. Hey, thank you, man. This means so much. No, it doesn't. This just means you didn't have nobody else to call, and I'm the only one nice enough to help you. Give it a little bit of time. Hey, look, I know I owe you money, right? Yeah, that's why I was calling you out. You know, I got your money. I got it this evening. Hell yeah, I got it all. I'm going to pay you in full. But look, I need gas to get across town to pick your money up. You think I can hold $40? You said you was never going to ask me for money again. Yeah, but I'm not asking you for money to borrow. I'm asking you for money to go get the money I owe you, and then I'm going to pay you back. You don't hear nothing from them, but you give it to them. Every time my phone rings, and it's with certain people. So I can't say every time, because if it's an investor, I know that they want something, but it's not money, but they require services. But pretty much, almost every time my phone rings, I look at it, and I'm hesitant to answer it. Because prison taught me that when people reach out to you, or they start talking to you, or they come calling, that they usually want something. If I'm wrong, please, I can stand to straighten it. But to this day, if somebody just hits me up out the blue, the first thing that crosses my mind are them soups. First thing that crosses my mind are them shots of coffee. And how if I help you now, I'm going to be helping you later. And so on and so on. Until both of us ain't got nothing left. I hate when I feel like somebody's trying to play me. That's a fact. If I know you need help, I know you're doing bad, I'm going to help you. That's who I am. If I see somebody doing bad, like especially with like the homeless, and I don't record none of that because I don't need no glorification or no nothing for what I do. I do it out of the kindness of my heart. If I see somebody doing bad, I'm quick to help them. But I hate when you know somebody's about to ask you for something and they just don't get to the damn point. They really have no concern with what's going on with you. Really don't have no reason to really be talking to you other than they want something. Now with today's video, there's no script to this. I don't sit down and write lists. I barely ever even think about the video before I do it. I just turn it on and freestyle top of the head. I just go with my truth, what I know to be true. So there's no list. But y'all make sure y'all jump in the comments section for the guys that have been locked up, sent away. And let us all know. Tell us, what are some of your hardest habits that you've had to try to shake since being incarcerated? There's a lot of them. I could keep going and make this a hours and hours long video. And I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that will watch. But that's not what we're going to do. We'll save some more for next time. We'll give you all a quick update. I was going to do it in the beginning, but I'm going to do it now for those that are still here watching the video. I was telling you how the construction was stressing me out. It was stopping me from doing my videos. And I got to digging deep, got to rattling my brain, and I realized something. It's not the construction. No. It's not the business. It's not the company. Because nothing with the business has changed. We do the same things every day. We flip houses. What's changed is the employees. I had a meeting yesterday morning where I pretty much told guys, if y'all don't want to be here and you don't want to work, leave. There's the door. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. But if this ain't what you want to do, or you're just going to ride the clock and steal money and not do your job, then roll out. I laid down the law. Had to snap the whip on them. Had to change some things. Because it was not the company that was stressing me out. It was the guys. I have more or less become a babysitter. Because I know that if I'm not here, the work won't get done. It shouldn't be that way. I shouldn't have guys working for me that I can't trust. or that when I walk off, they sit down or they get on their phones. This ain't AT&T. Ain't no damn phone operators around here. You ain't no truck driver. What you doing in the truck? So after yesterday's meeting, I feel real good about the direction things are moving in. I've let them know I can't even go on vacation. How am I supposed to leave for a week and then invoice, and then at the end of the week, the work doesn't even add up to the payroll? That's going to change, or guys are going to get fired. I'm going to bring the piss test back. Y'all's ass is going to be replaced. Don't ever act like there's not a man out here right now that's on his knees praying to God for something to shake. Lord, please help me. I'm doing everything I can to do right. Help me find a job. I need it. There's somebody that'll do your job better, faster, and cheaper, and will appreciate the opportunity. Never forget that. The same goes for me. If I'm not doing my job, somebody will come along with their company and take these houses from me. Somebody will come along and do what I'm not doing. So with the construction, I was not about to let guys steal my dream. Remember I was talking about shutting it down? Nah, you lost your damn mind. You think I'm going to shut down something I worked so hard to build, something that I dreamed of, something that I got out the muds. I took nothing and turned it into jobs for people. And I'm not going to let the rotten apples spoil the whole batch. Not going to happen. Before I do that, I'll replace everybody. So now that we're back to everything is normal on that, we're back to posting. And if you see me not posting, please believe I'm firing and hiring. I'm glad to be back. Glad to be back to putting these videos up. A lot more coming soon. We can get back to our 3-4 times a week like we used to be. Because like I said, if I'm not able to do that, there's a real serious problem. When I got to pull up and change diapers and watch over people, make sure they don't choke on their food, we got a problem. Not dealing with it no more. But anyways, these jails, detention centers, facilities, these prisons, they're all just crazy worlds inside of this already crazy world we live in. And as always, y'all know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to keep y'all entertained. Are you not entertained? And like always, this is Jay Williams. Let's live life. And to all my real ones, and there are some real ones watching, because y'all still watching me. Man, y'all know how we do. Salute. Some bitch ain't bring no salt to work. Bring no hammer either. Probably a good thing. Cause you know what? Lord help me. I'm not that person no more. I'm not that person.